Hey guys, it's Andrew Hansen here from crapcuttermarketing.com. I'm going to put together a little series of videos that is going to show you the basics of optimizing your content on your WordPress blog. So when you make posts to your WordPress blog, there's certain things you need to do in order to optimize them to the best that they can be in order to get the maximum amount of traffic from the search engines. And most of them are little things and simple things, but getting the little things right often makes the difference between a front page ranking and a nowhere ranking. So we're going to cover just 4 little points on this video. I'm going to try and make it pretty quick for you. So the first thing that you're going to want to do, what we're looking at here is the WP admin of a blog that's just been set up. So this is your WordPress administration area. The very first change or tweak that you want to make, if it's not already done, is to come down here and to click on settings. You'll see right down the bottom of my mouse there. You want to hit settings. You want to come down on this page on settings and you want to come to permalinks. The permalinks of your WordPress blog pertains to what your URL of your posts are going to look like after you write them. So these are the settings that you can choose from. These are the options. So for example, if I write a post, if I choose this setting, which is the default, and I write a post, my post is going to look like mydomain.com/p=123. Now, as you can imagine, that's probably not the best for targeting any particular keyword in the search engines, because giving your post a number rather than a keyword targeted name is simply not effective. So you'll see down this list that there are other options that you can choose that actually contain the name of the post in the permalink. So whatever you do, you have to have the name of the post has to appear in the URL, because if you're targeting some particular term, say it's dog training tips, and dog training tips isn't in your URL, you're immediately at a disadvantage in terms of your search engine optimization. So you need to pick the good ones to pick. This one is quite common, the day and name, that has the date you made the post and the name of the post. That also lets people who are reading the post see when it was made, so they can see how new and relevant it is. And it also helps the search engines in understanding how new and relevant it is. So these are good. Day and name, month and name are good. And another one that's common that I happen to use on this site is just /post name. So this is just going to make it so that my posts come up as crapcuttermarketing.com/the-name-of-the-post, right? So you can use that, but if you have a lot of content, that one can even get a little complicated, and you might want to do something like category and post name, which is also common. But the point of this being that you need to get your post name into the permalink structure. So that's the first important step you need to take for SEO. So coming back to the post now, so assuming that we want to come back to here and actually start writing a post now. So there's certain things that you have to do when you write your post to make sure it's optimized for the search engines. So I'm going to drag this over a little bit. So the first thing that you do, so I've got a random piece of content here that I'm going to use as my post. This is just a random piece of content that's about dog obedience training. So I'm going to assume that's my post. I'm just pasting it straight in there to make it easier to read. I usually split the chunks up a little bit, so there's no big chunk of text that's too big without any gaps. It makes it easier to read for the eyes. So that's about done. So the first thing that I want to do, so my keyword is dog obedience training. So I need to focus this post on that particular term. So the first thing I need to do is create a post title. Now, a good way to make a post title. Post titles are tricky because you need to do 2 things. You need to satisfy the search engines, and in terms of using the keyword correctly, and you want to have a post title that's interesting and relevant and potentially exciting, that if someone sees it in the search listings, they will actually click on it. So it has to be interesting and clickable, but contain the keyword as well. So here's what I do. Dog I usually go put the keyword first, dog obedience training, and then I put something that's exciting, and then I make the exciting part, how to something like that, something silly. So The keyword comes first, which is most important, so that's going to show up in your URL, which is what we just did with the permalinks. And now I've also got something that's a little exciting. So how to train your dog for perfect obedience. It's a how-to. It's kind of like a headline if you're writing some sales copy. It's got to be exciting. It's got to make them want to read it, basically. Some might argue that that headline is a little long, and I might even try to make that shorter so that if this post did appear in the search engines, it would come up. The whole post title would come up and it wouldn't get cut off. But that's basically that's a decent headline. A decent post title, I should say. I might pause this video and we'll continue this in the next video so we can keep the sections short, but I hope you've gotten something important out of those 2 tips for you doing on-page optimization for your WordPress blog posts.